Hey everybody, this is Ken again with Xmod's Gaming with another video, as always. So yeah, this video is gonna be about replacing these thumbsticks on your PS3 controller. So maybe if you have a character that's not walking straight, or if you're playing a racing game and you're veering off the road, or you just can't aim. So I think, if I remember right, because I had this in my closet, I just stored it away for about the last year or so, since it broke. So the battery's good, everything's good with it. We just need to replace this. Now I did replace it with another. I was gonna grab it, but it's too far away right now. But another controller. And to be honest, those cost about. I think I got a replacement for this one for $49.99 at Walmart. GameStop was selling them used for like $50, and I'm like, why? Especially tore up just like this one, and they want $50 for it. So I got a better solution, and that's replacing the thumbsticks. So why go to Walmart or GameStop or whatever? Now Walmart did have it for $49.99 because I price matched them on their website, so that was a good thing. So yeah, what I got here is the kit. So in the kit you get well, here's one thing you get. You get a screwdriver, which I haven't even tested this out yet. So yeah, and then you get analog sticks. So this is what we're going to be replacing. So yeah, you're going to need solder and a soldering iron. But these cost me $6 shipped within the U.S. I could have got this almost identical kit from China for about $3, but it probably would have took longer. And whoever sells these from the U.S. is probably just a reseller or something. But yeah, so this is the culprit. So sometimes the wipers in them get worn out, or the sticks. Now with my controller, I don't know if you can see, but even the tops of the thumbsticks are all worn out just because. So I got a kit that did include brand new thumbsticks as well. So yeah, with this one, like I'll be playing Call of Duty and all of a sudden my guy looks down at the ground, you know. So yeah, why not fix it? So what I'm gonna do, I think this came with free shipping as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unscrew the back of it, and I guess you can go ahead and use this if you don't have a screwdriver. I'm gonna try to use my kit. So this you can find somewhere in Harbor Freight for about $10. It comes with all these bits, including Torx bits, the driver itself. So I think this would work better. And let's see. Let me try a Phillips 00. Yeah, 00. And the reason why you want to use a nice screwdriver, and probably, this thing's solid, but this is thicker and you can grab onto it better, more torque. And so hopefully I don't get in the way of the tripod. I kind of just been trying to up my audio quality a little bit more. Just for the videos. And I kind of been on hiatus for a while just because I'm a truck driver. And YouTube does not pay. Like, I made money on YouTube in the past, but that was 3 or 4 years ago. So if you do want to subscribe. I still have I'm trying to get 500 subscribers, so I still have a contest going on. So what I'll do is I'll pick a random person once I hit 500 subscribers. I don't know if I said 5,000 or 500, but 500, which is not, I'm a small channel, so I'm trying to get subscribers, but I think I, have decent quality. Not the best, you got to think, guys, I'm not a studio. I don't have all the tens of thousands of dollars like the major YouTubers have. So to get more subscribers, I'll do a contest, and the winner will get an iTunes gift card, if that's what you want. Or I'm thinking about PlayStation gift card. So what I'll do is I'll email that person once we hit that milestone, and then I'll ask you, what type of gift card would you like? And then, so I got all the screws out. Dude, I had this apart before. It's been so long. But basically, I'm just trying to find any opening. And for anyone, before you get started, I'll just say, if you're afraid to go this far, just by taking the screws out, then I would just go out and buy a new controller. Just stop the video now, buy a new controller. Now, I'm not saying that to be mean. I love people to save money, but it's reality. So you kind of just want to pull it apart like that, because as you can tell, there's a ribbon cable attached to the board. Now this ribbon cable just pops out like that, and then you're left with that. So you can, you don't even have to mess with this. It's kind of like the light bar and all that. So I had this controller apart like once before, just to see, if it was simple as cleaning it or whatnot. Now the next step would be to take out this battery, and I believe you just pull it out like that. I have another video on how to replace these batteries on a PS3 controller with a cell phone battery, so you can always check that video out if you're interested. But yeah, this battery looks pretty generic. That probably even work for the PS3. And actually, I'm fixing this for the PS3 because I got a PS3 controller that does not have the rumble feature on it. Now we're getting down to the circuit board itself. So immediately what I'm seeing is I'm seeing a screw right there. Yeah, and like I said, sorry if I'm breathing. I'm mic'd up. Trying to up my audio quality, because audio is like half the reason why you would want to listen to a how-to video, So this is kind of like in a cage, and I believe should be another ribbon cable. If I'm not mistaken, there might not be. It's been a while. Yeah, so I'm gonna pull that whole spiel out right there. So they're, whoops. Alright, I'm gonna try to keep these screws semi-separate. They might be the same screws. And then what we want want to do, it'd be helpful if this thing came off. Probably does. But I'm just going to pop that out. So that goes right there. And that's your sensor bar. And then we got the rumbles. And those, they might not be easy to pop out, but okay. So they're kind of clipped in there. So you at least want to take it down to this far, but and I think what I'll do is I'll heat up the soldering iron. Probably just desolder these will probably be the easiest thing. So alright, so I'm just going to kind of cut it here and then we'll keep going with the video. Alright, so now what we want to do, I kind of found out how this works. So you got this right here. See if we can zoom out a little bit. And then you just got a clip on each side. And then again, if you can't figure something like that out, then look at it. But if you get this far and you could still put it together and you don't trust yourself, then go ahead and put it together, and then maybe just resell your parts on eBay, because you know the whole point is I don't want you guys to get stuck and then end up breaking something. But if you're gonna have to buy a new one anyway, I'd say proceed, you know, and go on, because even I myself am not fully confident that this is going to work out. So far, so you just want to get down to this board, and then what you want to do is pull off the thumbs. So these just come right off, and we're going to be replacing those. And then here comes the tricky part. So I'm going to try to desolder it. And I don't know, I might use my helping hands. Sometimes these are helpful. And yeah, I'm trying to kind of position it where it's not gonna hit a trace or something, because these teeth, if it cuts a trace on these helping hands, then you know, you could have a short or something on there. So be careful if you're using a set of helping hands. Now I might try it with yeah, I'm sitting on my floor if you can see my foot. So another thing you want is, I didn't mention, so we got desolder braid. It's a braid, and you put your soldering iron on it, and then you can wick away solder. So this is kind of slow going, or for about $4 or $5 on eBay you can get, or even on Amazon probably, you get a desolder pump, and what that does is that sucks the solder up. So I'll see if I can catch this on camera, but if anything, I'll show you the technique, and then you know, we'll go from there. So so what you want to do is clean your tip. Now I went with a Weller. I think it's WLC 100 is the model. These are like $50, right around there. And these are good soldering irons for, I want to say beginners, but for someone it's well, I'll say for beginners as well as someone getting into soldering. And then I don't know how well this is going to work out on camera, but another thing you want to do is, and I showed this before, this is a rosin flux, and you could use liquid flux or whatnot, but I was trying not to use flux. And this is kind of like, it's a tacky flux is what it's called. And what you want to do is put some on a cotton swab, and then you can kind of just flux up all the joints. That way the soldering iron or the solder flows a little bit better. So put a little bit on there, and then sometimes if you have to, you can add more solder to it. And then what I'll do too is what I'm doing is just adding solder to the tip, actually. Because, oh no, I have this turned way up, but I might turn it down one notch. So I have it like set to 4 out of 5 on this particular. And this is pretty much how you do it right here. Say I probably didn't get that one too good right there. And you might have to go over it like, 3 or 4 times on each one, or maybe less. So I'm going to do, because this is going to be slow going, I'm going to cut to camera, and then I'll probably show you me soldering it in. Maybe that'll be a little bit easier to show, but you kind of get the idea. If you don't know how to solder, I would definitely practice, or if you know someone that knows how to solder, maybe have them show you as kind of the next thing. So I'll go ahead and cut it here again, and then I'll be back with you once I have this out. Alright, I'm back. Apparently I wasn't recording, so I desoldered the old one, and now I'm trying to install the new one. So right now, before I forgot I was recording, is I was trying to clear one of these holes out so I can solder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flood the hole with some fresh solder, just to, and then I'm going to try to clear it out. So actually, here's my, okay, it's like, where's my solder pump at? But it's right by me. Alright, here we go. I don't know if that's gonna work or what. Let's see. Yeah, I don't want to scratch it. Or I'll try to clear that hole out and then I'll show you the final result. Alright, so it looks like I got it finally. So now I got the new piece in there, and now we're going to go ahead and solder it back up, you know. So what I had to do was just kind of use the desoldering braid and then push, take my dental pick and then just kind of unplug the holes. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to I don't know, it's probably a bigger tip than I need. So let me just get down here, and then, because with all this flux on the board, and I'll clean the flux off at the end, but go ahead and just solder these points up. And I like to clean my tip and load solder on it and then clean it. Yeah, just make sure the component's on the board. And you know what? I'll probably just tack the big ones in because they'll make it strong. Make it hold on. Okay. I don't even see that one coming through. Huh. Oh, I don't even have it all in there all the way. Well, it seemed like it was going in pretty flush. Yeah, as you can tell, it's not easy. It's not as easy as I thought because I haven't really done this before on this level. Okay, so now we got it coming up. So I don't know if you could see that. So yeah, make sure your part's on there flush. And hopefully all the traces are intact and stuff, so but like I said, what do you have to lose? Yeah, definitely want to make sure all your parts are flush, so that way you don't have to redo it again. And I should probably, I'm using a big tip because to desolder it, so I should have probably switched to my little tip. But it's not like it's fine pitch, it's just tiny through hole. I don't like those joints right there, but what I'll do is I'll clean it up, test it out, and let you guys know. So I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, here we are with the final results, and as you can tell, it's working. Yeah, my aim was going after this thumbstick, and the first one I soldered that one. So get your orientation right, so even I can make mistakes, you know. And I would probably rate this probably as a 7 out of 10 as far as difficulty level. And make sure your part's flush. As you can tell, that's kind of at an angle on this one that I soldered first. And then I got that one dead on, so this one was the faulty one. The thumbsticks look good on the kit, so I have no complaints there. Another thing with the trackpad or whatever you want to call it, that ribbon cable, I wouldn't just yank it out. You can yank it out, but it has a ZIF connector that flips up, and that stands for zero insertion, I believe is the name of it. So the light bar, that ribbon cable you can just slide in and slide out. But this one, just take the black battery cage off and then expose the connector, and then there should be a little end on it that you can flip up very gently, so just don't use a whole lot of force, and then the trackpad ribbon cable should just fall right out. So when I reinsert it, I had to flip the connector up and then put the cable in there and flip the connector down, the clasp, I should say. So I had to put the clasp back down over it. Yeah, so basically, you're saving like $45, just by doing this fix, and seems pretty good. I don't know if something else is going on, but I did test Call of Duty out. The gameplay was fine, but in the menu, this was like slowly drifting. So I don't know if it's entirely fixed, but it seems to do the job. So this is going to be for my kids as a PS3 controller instead of a PS4 controller. And it doesn't hinder the gameplay at all when I'm playing in Call of Duty. I would show gameplay, but I don't want to get banned on YouTube or copyright strike. But yeah, I'd take your time. If you're not filming it like I was, it should really help you. So it shouldn't take that. It shouldn't be that hard, is what I'm trying to say. So, anyways, yeah, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate all the subscribers, even though I haven't been uploading any videos. I can tell there's a lot of videos that have 15,000 views and some that have 64 views and stuff like that. So there's plenty out there for you to watch. So go ahead and subscribe. And this is Ken with Xmods Gaming, and I'll see you on the next episode.